What if I told you that the real reason your stomach keeps hurting, your gut keeps swelling, and your digestion never feels normal anymore, might not be because your body is weak. It might be because your body is starving for the plants it evolved with. Not another antacid tablet. Not another expensive probiotic capsule that dies before it even reaches your intestines. And not another quick fix cleanse that leaves your gut more exhausted than before. I'm talking about ancient healing plants. Plants that traditional cultures relied on long before pharmacies existed. Plants modern science is now discovering can actually rebuild the gut lining, feed beneficial bacteria, calm chronic inflammation, and restore the digestive system at the cellular level. Most people have no idea that some plants act like a living bandage inside the body. As some coat the stomach and intestines with soothing protective compounds, others stimulate bile, digestive enzymes, and the movement of food through the gut exactly the way the body was designed to work. And some contain special fibers that literally feed the good bacteria responsible for immunity, metabolism, mood, and even brain health. The modern world damaged the gut quietly through stress, ultra-processed food, antibiotics, seed oils, and years of inflammation. But nature has been quietly offering the repair tools all along. And today, I'm going to show you 20 of the most powerful gut-healing plants ever discovered. Some have been used for over 4,000 years. Some are sitting in grocery stores right now, disguised as ordinary herbs and vegetables. One of them was traditionally eaten after heavy meals across entire civilizations because it stopped bloating almost immediately. Another contains one of the highest concentrations of prebiotic fiber on Earth, the exact compound your gut bacteria need to rebuild the intestinal wall. Yet almost nobody in America eats it anymore. By the end of this video, you're going to understand something most people never learn even after decades of digestive problems. Your gut was designed to heal. It simply needs the right environment, the right bacteria, and the right plants. So hit that subscribe button because every week we explore medicinal plants, forgotten healing traditions, and the ancient wisdom modern science is finally starting to catch up with. Let's begin. Number 1, aloe vera. And to understand why this plant matters so much, you have to imagine what an injured gut really looks like. Most people picture the stomach as a smooth, clean tube. But when the digestive system becomes inflamed, the inside can start to resemble dry, cracked earth after a long summer without rain. Food scrapes across irritated tissue. Acid splashes against raw surfaces. Even normal digestion begins to feel like sandpaper moving through a wound. That is where aloe vera changes the story. Inside the thick green leaves of this desert plant is a cool, clear gel filled with slippery compounds called polysaccharides. When people drink pure aloe vera gel, those compounds spread across the digestive tract almost like a soft layer of paint across a damaged wall. Some scientists have discovered that these compounds help calm irritation while also supporting the cells responsible for tissue repair. In simple words, aloe does not just quiet the fire. It helps the body rebuild after the fire. Ancient Egyptian families understood this thousands of years ago. Mothers carried aloe not only for burns on the skin, but for stomach pain after heavy meals or sickness during hot desert seasons. Long before microscopes existed, people noticed something important. The body seemed calmer after aloe. Number 2, slippery elm. This one comes from the forests of North America. During freezing winters, indigenous healers would gather the inner bark of the slippery elm tree and mix it with warm water. Within seconds, it turned into a thick, silky liquid, almost like oatmeal soup. That slippery texture is exactly what made it powerful. When slippery elm reaches the gut, it coats irritated tissue the same way a scarf protects skin from icy wind. Instead of forcing the digestive system to work harder, it creates a quiet layer between the inflamed surface and everything passing through. Modern studies now show that this coating effect can help people struggling with reflux, gastritis, and chronic irritation. Sometimes healing begins not with stimulation, but with protection. Number 3. Marshmallow root. And no, not the fluffy white candy roasted over campfires. The original marshmallow plant grew beside rivers and wetlands, soaking up water through long, pale roots packed with gel-like fibers. Herbal healers noticed that when the root was soaked into tea, it became smooth and soothing. Today, researchers know those fibers can help support the mucus lining of the digestive tract, the body's natural shield against damage. Number 4. Plantain herb. Not the banana-like fruit. This is the small green plant growing quietly beside sidewalks, fences, and country roads. Most people walk past it without noticing, but for centuries, healers called it nature's bandage. Crushed plantain leaves were placed on cuts, insect bites, and wounds because they seemed to calm angry tissue. Inside the gut, the plant works in a very similar way, creating a soothing environment where damaged surfaces can finally rest. And number 5, licorice root. Sweet, earthy, and surprisingly powerful. Traditional healers in China, Egypt, and Greece all used licorice for stomach problems long before modern medicine understood why. And today we know licorice helps the body produce more protective mucus inside the stomach lining. Think of it like adding extra padding inside a fragile tunnel. And that may be the biggest lesson of this chapter. Before the gut can rebuild itself, it first needs safety. It needs calm. Nature understood that long ago. Modern science is only beginning to explain how. Number 6, ginger. If the gut had a fireplace, ginger would be the warm, steady flame beside it. For thousands of years, families across Asia sliced fresh ginger into soups, teas, and broths whenever someone complained about nausea, stomach pain, or that heavy sinking feeling after eating. And now, science understands why. Ginger gently speeds up the movement of food through the stomach, almost like helping traffic flow again after a long jam. When food sits too long, it ferments. Gas builds. Pressure rises. The belly swells tight like a balloon. Ginger helps wake the digestive muscles up again. It also contains powerful compounds called gingerols that calm inflammation the way cool rain settles dusty ground after heat. Number 7. Turmeric. Bright golden turmeric has been called the kitchen sun in many old cultures. In India, grandparents still stir turmeric into warm milk before bed, especially during sickness or stress. The reason goes deeper than tradition. Inside turmeric is curcumin, one of nature's strongest anti-inflammatory compounds. Scientists have found that curcumin can help quiet the chemical alarms that keep the gut stuck in a cycle of irritation. Imagine an emergency siren that never stops ringing inside the digestive system. Over time, the body becomes exhausted. Turmeric helps lower the volume of that alarm. And what's fascinating is this. Many traditional meals combined turmeric with black pepper long before anyone knew pepper could dramatically improve curcumin absorption. Ancient kitchens discovered through observation what laboratories would only confirm centuries later. Number 8. Peppermint. Most people think of peppermint as candy or toothpaste. But inside the gut, peppermint behaves more like a tiny muscle relaxer. The intestines are lined with smooth muscles that squeeze food forward in wave-like motions. Under stress, those muscles can tighten too hard, creating cramps and spasms. Peppermint helps those muscles loosen their grip. Researchers studying peppermint oil found that it can reduce symptoms of IBS and painful bloating because menthol interacts directly with the nerves controlling intestinal tension. It is almost like opening a clenched fist inside the belly. Number 9. Fennel. In many parts of India and the Middle East, restaurant owners still place bowls of fennel seeds near the door after meals. Grandfathers slowly chew the sweet seeds while talking under warm evening lights. Children copy them without understanding why, but the body understands. Fennel helps trapped gas move through the digestive tract instead of building pressure inside it. The seeds contain aromatic oils that calm spasms while gently stimulating digestion at the same time. A tiny handful after dinner can make the stomach feel lighter, softer, quieter. And number 10, chamomile. This flower may be one of the gentlest healers in the plant world. On cold European nights, chamomile tea has comforted people for generations. Steam rises from warm cups beside kitchen windows, while rain taps softly outside. But chamomile is doing more than creating comfort. The gut and the brain are deeply connected. When the mind is anxious, lonely, or overwhelmed, the digestive system tightens too. Chamomile works on both ends of that connection. It calms the nervous system while also relaxing the digestive tract itself. And maybe that is what modern life forgets most often. The gut does not only react to food, it reacts to fear, to rushing, to sleepless nights, to stress carried silently for years. Sometimes healing digestion begins with calming the human being attached to it. Number 11, garlic. Sharp, strong, impossible to ignore. Garlic has followed human civilization for thousands of years, hanging in kitchens, drying beside windows, simmering slowly in soups during cold winters. People once believed it protected the body from illness and evil spirits. In a strange way, they were not entirely wrong. Inside the gut lives an invisible world of trillions of bacteria. Some protect us, some harm us. Modern food, antibiotics, stress, and sugar can slowly damage this tiny ecosystem, the way pollution damages a forest river. Garlic does something remarkable inside that world. It helps feed beneficial bacteria while also making life harder for harmful microbes. Scientists discovered garlic contains special fibers called prebiotics. These fibers travel deep into the colon, where good bacteria use them like fuel. At the same time, garlic's natural sulfur compounds help control dangerous bacterial overgrowth. It is both gardener and gatekeeper at once. Number 12, Jerusalem artichoke. Despite the name, it is neither from Jerusalem nor related to the artichokes sitting in salad bowls. It is actually a rough sunflower root hidden underground, packed with one of the most powerful prebiotic fibers on Earth, inulin. And inulin is food for the microbiome. Imagine trying to regrow a forest after years of fire. The soil must be fed first. That is exactly what inulin does for beneficial gut bacteria. When these bacteria consume it, they produce compounds that help nourish and protect the lining of the colon itself. But there is something almost forgotten about this plant. Long ago, people regularly ate roots, tubers, and wild fibers straight from the earth. Today, many diets are so stripped of natural fiber that the microbiome is starving while the stomach stays full. Number 13, chicory root. During wartime in Europe, coffee became scarce. Farmers roasted chicory root instead, brewing dark, bitter drinks beside small kitchen fires while snow pressed against the windows outside. What they did not know was that the bitter root was quietly feeding their gut bacteria too. Chicory root is one of the richest natural sources of inulin ever studied. Its bitterness also stimulates digestion before food even reaches the stomach. The body tastes bitterness and prepares itself. Saliva rises. Enzymes wake up. Bile begins to move. Nature built signals into flavor itself. Number 14, dandelion. Most modern lawns treat dandelions like invaders. Chemicals are sprayed. The yellow flowers disappear. But older generations often saw something entirely different. They saw food. Grandmothers once picked young dandelion leaves from gardens and fields, adding them to soups and teas in springtime after long winters. The plant supported digestion. liver function, and the microbiome all at once. Dandelion roots contain prebiotic fibers that nourish beneficial bacteria, while the bitter compounds gently stimulate bile flow and digestion. Sometimes the plants people call weeds are simply medicines that society forgot how to recognize. And number 15, burdock root. In Japan, burdock root has been eaten for centuries as a food connected with strength and long life. Long brown roots are sliced into soups and stir-fries, earthy and slightly sweet. Beneath the soil, burdock quietly stores fiber, minerals, and plant compounds that support both the liver and the microbiome. Like chicory and Jerusalem artichoke, it feeds beneficial bacteria deep inside the colon. And maybe that is the deeper lesson hidden in all these plants. Human beings once lived much closer to the microbial world. We touched soil, ate roots, drank bitter herbs, shared life with the invisible organisms inside us instead of constantly trying to destroy them. The gut remembers that older relationship, even if modern life does not. Number 16, cinnamon. The smell alone can change the feeling of a room. Warm bread, winter kitchens, steam rising from oatmeal while snow gathers quietly outside. But cinnamon is doing more than creating comfort. Inside this bark are compounds that help the digestive system stay balanced after meals, especially meals heavy in sugar and processed food. Scientists discovered cinnamon can help steady blood sugar spikes, and that matters more than most people realize. Sharp swings in blood sugar create stress throughout the body, including the gut itself. Cinnamon also helps slow the growth of harmful microbes while supporting a healthier digestive environment. In old homes across Europe, the Middle East, and Asia, people sprinkled cinnamon into food not because it was trendy, but because generations noticed meals felt gentler on the stomach with it. Number 17, cumin. Tiny seeds with an enormous job. In Middle Eastern kitchens, cumin drifts through the air from simmering stews and roasted vegetables. In India, cumin crackles in hot oil before almost anything else touches the pan. That sound is ancient culinary wisdom speaking. Cumin helps wake up digestion. It stimulates digestive enzymes, helping the body break food down more completely. Because when food is only partially digested, it lingers too long in the gut. Fermentation begins. Gas builds. Pressure rises. The stomach feels heavy and swollen. Cumin helps the digestive system move more smoothly, more efficiently, almost like oil helping old gears turn again after years of rust. Number 18, coriander. Soft, citrusy, gentle. Coriander has traveled through thousands of years of cooking and healing side by side. Ancient healers used it for bloating, stomach discomfort, and nervous digestion long before laboratories studied its oils. Now, science knows coriander contains compounds that help relax intestinal muscles while supporting healthy digestion. Like fennel and cumin, it helps trapped gas move instead of staying stuck inside the body. But coriander teaches something larger too. In older cultures, spices were never separated from medicine. The kitchen and the healing room were often the same place, thus. Number 19, artichoke. Strange looking, layered, almost armored like a sea creature turned into food. Yet hidden inside the leaves are compounds that strongly support bile flow from the liver and gallbladder. Bile is one of the digestive system's quiet heroes. Without enough bile, fats become difficult to digest. Food feels heavy. Nausea appears. The small intestine slows down. Researchers studying artichoke extract found improvements in bloating, discomfort, and sluggish digestion because bile helps keep the entire digestive river flowing. There is a reason Mediterranean families often served artichokes before rich meals. Tradition noticed what science would later confirm. And number 20, psyllium. Small seeds with an almost magical relationship with water. When psyllium husks touch liquid, they swell into a soft gel. Inside the intestines, that gel acts almost like a gentle broom and sponge at the same time. It helps soften constipation, calm diarrhea, and feed beneficial bacteria living deep in the colon. For generations, people quietly used psyllium to keep digestion regular without fanfare, advertisements, or complicated labels. Just water, fiber, patience, and consistency. And maybe that is what makes these kitchen medicines so remarkable. They were never hidden in laboratories. They sat on shelves, in gardens, beside soup pots, inside family recipes passed from one generation to another. Long before the word supplement existed, people already understood something simple. Food could either burden the body or help heal it every single day. And now we arrive at the deeper truth hidden beneath all 20 plants. None of them were trying to hack the body. They were helping the body return to what it was already designed to do. Heal. For thousands of years, people did not separate food from medicine, or medicine from daily life. Healing was not a special event. It lived quietly inside ordinary habits. A grandmother steeping herbs before sunrise. A bowl of warm soup during winter illness. Bitter roots eaten in spring after long cold months. Tiny rituals repeated so often they became invisible. And maybe that is why modern people miss them. We search for healing in dramatic places while the body still responds to simple things. The soothing plants, the anti-inflammatory plants, the microbiome builders, the digestive stimulators. Each group plays a different role, like workers rebuilding a damaged house together. First came the plants that protected the wounded lining: aloe vera, slippery elm, marshmallow root. They softened the fire and created safety inside the gut. Then came the plants that calmed inflammation and spasms. Ginger warming the stomach like sunlight through cold windows. Turmeric quieting the body's alarm signals. Chamomile slowing the nervous system down after years of tension. After that came the rebuilders. Garlic, chicory root, Jerusalem artichoke, burdock, dandelion. The plants feeding the invisible forest of bacteria living inside the human body. And finally, the kitchen medicines: cinnamon, cumin, coriander, artichoke, psyllium, the quiet helpers that kept digestion moving day after day before anyone called them superfoods. Together, they form something much bigger than a list. They form an environment. And healing is often less about attacking disease and more about rebuilding the environment where health can return naturally. Picture a quiet kitchen late at night, rain tapping softly against the windows, a yellow lamp glowing above the counter, steam rising from a mug of herbal tea while the house finally grows silent. These were the moments many older generations healed in, slowly, repeatedly, naturally. Not every stomach pain disappeared overnight. Not every illness vanished in a week. But the body was supported instead of constantly overwhelmed. That may be the greatest lesson hidden inside traditional healing. The gut listens to daily life. It listens to stress, to rushing, to loneliness, to processed food eaten under bright screens at midnight. But it also listens to warmth, rest, fiber, herbs, bitters, calm routines, real food. Modern science is now discovering that the digestive system changes physically in response to these things. The microbiome shifts, inflammation falls, the gut lining repairs itself, the nervous system relaxes, the body remembers how to heal when the conditions become right again. And maybe the strangest part of all this is that many of these healing secrets never truly disappeared. Aloe still grows in pots beside windows. Chamomile still steams inside old teacups. Garlic still hangs in kitchens. Dandelions still rise through cracks in the earth every spring. Nature never stopped speaking. Human beings simply became too distracted to listen. These plants do not work like emergency buttons. They work more like rain falling on dry ground. Slowly, repeatedly, quietly restoring what modern life has worn down over time. Real gut healing was never meant to happen in a weekend cleanse or a 7-day detox. The people who relied on these plants for generations understood something we often forget today. The body responds to consistency. A cup of chamomile before bed, night after night. Ginger after heavy meals. Garlic and bitter herbs woven into everyday cooking. Psyllium taken patiently. Aloe used gently during times of irritation. Small habits repeated long enough for the body to trust them. That is how traditional healers worked with the gut. Not by forcing it, by supporting it. And science is beginning to confirm why these traditions lasted so long. The gut lining can regenerate. Inflammation can calm down. Beneficial bacteria can return. The digestive system can become resilient again when it is given the right environment. Your gut was designed to heal. It simply needs the right conditions to do it. So now I want to ask you something. Which of these plants speaks to you most? Are you drawn to the soothing protectors like slippery elm, marshmallow root, and aloe vera? The calming anti-inflammatory herbs like turmeric, chamomile, and ginger? Or the microbiome builders like garlic, chicory root, and Jerusalem artichoke? Let me know down in the comments. I read every one of them, and I always love hearing which plants people are reconnecting with in their own kitchens and gardens. And if you enjoyed this journey into traditional healing and forgotten plant wisdom, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Every week, we explore medicinal plants, ancient remedies, and the simple practices older generations used to stay strong long before modern convenience took over daily life. Because sometimes the most powerful medicine was never hidden in a laboratory. Sometimes it was growing quietly beside us the entire time.